Hey, Sven, Full Spectrum Cycling. I've been working on show number 331, part 2, and continuing our conversation with Jeremy Prach. In the second part of the show here, we get into talking more with Jeremy about what he's been up to, including the River West 24, his work with Milwaukee Public Schools, and Flat Out Friday. I think you're going to enjoy this. Sit back, have a beer, and check it out. Well, I don't know, Jeremy. I mean, you've been very, very well. You've been contributing and asking questions through the whole show. But I hear
what are you doing day to day, man? I mean,
what's
Mama tried.
Well, hang on 1 second. I want to say, so I've done some traveling around the world, and I'd ask a lot of questions, and in Asia or Brazil, and there's a conversation going on, and I'm trying to ask questions every step of the way, and someone said to me in Brazil one time, they said to me, a lot of questions, Jeremy. You got a lot of questions.
No, the more you talk, the less we have to talk, and that makes the show better.
But my point is, that's the same way I feel with you. I have so many questions and listening to your language, but I've learned from travel to just step back and let it unfold and kind of decode it. And I know exactly what you're saying, again, but I don't know. And I appreciate listening to this, listening to the passion at which you talk.
How long were you an MPS teacher?
I've been an the Milwaukee Public Schools teacher. This is my 27th year.
Oh, so you're still teaching too?
I'm still a teacher.
Oh, goddamn, dude. Good job. Riverside?
I don't teach at Riverside. So Riverside is a local high school very close to here.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I loved it. I had a great tenure there. I had a great gig there. I actually accepted the home ec room. So we had the kitchen and stove. And I started to do Prach dogs. So once a month we would do Prach dogs. And then it was such a success. And once a week we were doing Prachos.
Those all sound great right now.
But I eventually ended up getting this gig now where I work for the School to Work program, where I take students with special needs from around the city, and I run a kitchen inside the Teacher Training Center on 67th and Capitol. So every day I make breakfast and lunch with 20 kids. We try to run a real cafe for teachers that are there for trainings.
Right on.
Does that
that's
make
cool.
sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So today was
dope.
chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
So we made homemade chicken pot.
Chicken pot.
No, kitty, that's my pot pie.
One of my favorite things in the whole world.
No, David Cross and Joe Shoot Me.
If you want to go back and listen to our podcast, chicken pot pie comes up a lot.
Okay, well, that's
It really does.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is really coincidental.
Today
It was a
It is really
touchstone.
coincidental,
You
but
hit
it
a
does
touchstone.
come up all the time.
Well, so real quick, I also want to say that I don't know, is it 17 years, 18 years, the River West 24?
Something like that.
Born out of the same ethos
2011.
of not being a sellout, River West, native, living here and tapping into the weirdness. Because I was never really a bike person. I wasn't never really into that.
I always forget about that. That really was more.
Yeah, he's never.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I love bikes and I love riding my bikes, my bicycle. My kids certainly love it more than me, but it was a medium just for the River West 24.
Sure.
And I don't want to lie because sometimes I'm put in a position where people think I know a lot about bikes and they want to show me a bike or something.
Sure.
But also I'm not the.
Well, if it has 3 wheels, it's called a trike.
Yes. I'm not the River West guy. Those first few years there were many people that did work. My strength was just talking and clapping. And so that got more press, if you will. But there's a lot of great people that worked on it. And fortunately or unfortunately, my house is the start-finish line, so I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck. I keep trying to
Hey,
get
every
away.
other checkpoint's moved. We can move yours.
All right. So
We could, but then I wouldn't want to. You know, I could complain about it, but I wouldn't. You can't make fun of it, but I can. That kind of a thing.
I'm going to make fun of it.
So, being that you are on the porch, and for the last couple of years, your son's been DJing during the closing ceremonies or whatever with the
Yes.
so it brought up, and I saw the RW24 AV Club, and there's a link in the notes if you're in the area and you want to join this thing. If you have any production skills in anything, you're either a face on the camera, you're a camera operator, you're an audio guy, you're a streaming person, you're a whatever. They need help with this, but I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know how much you have an insight onto what it is.
Much like all of River West is that first off, I'm not really in the organization. I'm not even fair to speak for it. I'm just saying what I think and feel as the limited experience that I have with them currently. But one mistake or one problem I think of River West 24 from its conception was we have a group of people that are hanging out drinking beer, and we think that's the world. And our language and what we do, we assume everybody knows what we're talking about. And so we're creating River West in my yard, River West 24 in my yard, and we're talking about it, and we have this energy. And then we go to Club 99, or we take the party over to Uptowner, which are local bars here. And people are like, what are you talking about? And, this is crazy. So my point is, it doesn't resonate without explanation and history and tradition, which it has now. So my point is, and in conclusion, I'm trying to answer your question, the AV Club. So first off, there's radicals involved in this from the very beginning. These are certified radical. These are Molotov cocktail making radicals.
Agreed.
These are people that I don't use language. It's capitalist. I only use sign language. I don't eat food. I only, snort air. These are certified radical people.
So funny. So no one for the River West 24 is going to listen to this podcast, and I'm going to laugh right now about the fact that certain people are really obsessed about not naming sponsors.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
and although I lost it at a 24 art exhibit, I have your 2008 hoodie, which thanks all the sponsors on the back of it.
We thought that was the norm. I was copying not fat bike, messengering, which is really popular.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And I'm sure they have the same trajectory as fat biking. But I was involved in that too. Again, not organizing, but I would help organize. Friends, hey, I need you to stand at this checkpoint, and I loved it. And I was copying that,
doing Milwaukee Messenger Invitational.
Exactly.
Yeah. Von Munn's follow me.
Yep, Kevin.
Thanks, Eric, for the print. It was awesome.
I was helping Kevin, and I loved that culture in the community and in the language. So we thought that was the blueprint for how things should be done. But then we get radicals involved. And so here's my answer to your question. So they want to get off social media, maybe like you. You're on the same trajectory, and so starting our own control of the media as opposed to being Instagram and Facebook. We have our own television channel.
Sure,
and I'm really impressed. And Zav, who runs the River West Film and Video, has most of the equipment or quality equipment.
River West 24 on his forehand.
He does, so they want to start. They need a team to run that. To run it quality.
Yeah.
You were mentioning how much time it takes to do these kinds of things.
Look at all the shit it takes just to do this in this room, let alone what it takes to do live streaming and everything, what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's not a race.
So the reason I have it up on my screen, wait, that's not it. It's the golden ticket, which was really cool.
Oh, easy.
Those golden tickets?
What? Are you watching Brazzers?
No. These are golden tickets.
Damn you,
This is a thing.
Pornhub?
No, these are all old 1950s bus passes. Look at those. Those could have been Von Munz could have designed any one of those things. But anyway, the AV Club, there's a link in the show notes, and they're looking for people to help out. So I was like, maybe I should help out because
you certainly have the quality. Yes.
After 800 podcasts, I probably have a little bit of a clue.
I've been to a meeting. Abby and Cheston are two young people that have a lot of stoke and energy, and they've been carrying that flag for at least the last year. But I'm sure you're like, man, this fat bike thing, and you're not getting the traction, no pun intended, that you would have hoped it would get. So if you would like to be involved, you have some skills for us to control our own narrative and create our own.
I think that's storytelling is the way that people are going to, keep with AI and everything. That's the way people are going to keep consuming things and being interested in stuff is if there's an actual story. It's not just, this is what's happening. This is why it's happening. This is, the history of what's going on. These are some of the people that were part of it. It's just everybody's story is the whole thing, right?
Your take on that would certainly be appreciated in what they're trying to do.
I gotta fill out the thingy thing.
Yes.
I'll be like, what? Old guys? We don't need nobody here over 30 years.
Here's one thing I can tell you. I don't think I'm breaking any code. Again, I don't go to meetings. I don't like going to the meetings. Radicals drinking in a circle at the Polish Falcon is not my thing.
I hear you.
That's great. And the people that do it and they keep the administrative going, I love it.
Sure.
I don't want to me, it was such a beer drinking radical. We were just throwing darts at a dartboard and making up these crazy ideas and then actually enacting them. Now it's bogged down in the administration. And I suppose it has to be. It's become bigger and whatever. so I'm not disrespecting it. But my point is, I'm telling you a little bit of a secret for the sign-up day. So we were talking about how in the past you used to have to stay in the park. So one thing I still am connected is I'll be emceeing that event to some degree. And the way it used to be is I'd be talking for the 6 hours, and then there'd be a DJ and then calling numbers.
Making sure Michael waited till the very end.
We expect
just stand there staring at you like anytime
we
you
expect
want
to sell out again because now we created across the threshold where if you haven't volunteered, you can't get in. Or, if you haven't somehow volunteered.
Yeah, I think it's getting to that stage.
Well, no,
You're right.
what I
You're right.
noticed was it was like the volunteer sign up line was longer than the number of tickets in the lottery.
Yes.
Oh,
You know
by
what I
far.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, well,
To be fair,
the scale
the
has
efficiency was
this
very
way.
good. That line went down fast because last year I was going through the line with my camera, talking to people. I was videoing this. I have like 3 years of video, which I really haven't done much with. But if people are going to do a retrospective of this, I've got like all interesting stuff because it's like, what's interesting about this right now? It's like, well, I just talk to people in line I either know or just randomly, like they have kids or dogs or whatever. It's like, what are you doing standing in this line was basically my open, which I know well why they're standing, but I want them to tell me why.
Yeah.
So, do they say I'm signing up for the River West 24 or I'm doing the greatest event in Milwaukee, or I don't know, my girlfriend said I got to do this, so I'm here because she's working right now.
I've been sleeping here since last night. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Well, we're going to do, we're basically doing an entertainment for that line. So it's going to be more of a vaudeville kind of a show.
Oh,
Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
I want to see you in a shirt.
So like basically the Gong Show is what I think it's going to kind of be.
Right,
But maybe a little more organized than
You
that.
did know that Chuck Barris was a spy, right?
Yeah.
And you do realize that bringing up the Gong Show makes you old.
Yes, it does.
But it brings the current generation back to when it was good
Who's a
and
spy?
pure.
He was a spy. That's the theory. The working theory is he was a spy.
Is Gong Show vaudeville? That's right. That's a fair
Yeah,
connection.
that was definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's hearkening back to the 30s through the 70s and
So
80s.
I'm not from the 30s, but I'm still using a word that makes sense. So vaudeville would be a more modern term of what vaudeville is. But anyway, in conclusion, more of a fast variety, kind of a ridiculous low talent
Muppet Show.
puppet show.
Muppet Show.
Muppet Show. Muppet Show would be
Muppet
vaudeville.
Show is a more
Very much so.
contemporary
Hey,
vaudeville-ish.
What are you talking about?
We're mashing out a lot of shit here.
I don't know.
I
Let's
like
push
it.
this further. What
Yeah.
would be a modern vaudeville? If you're using again a vaudeville, Muppets, or Gong Show Muppets, what would be a
modern vaudeville would be Muppet Show.
Yeah, but that's not modern anymore.
But after
That's-
Muppet Show.
But after Muppet
More
Show,
currently.
Yeah.
more currently than that is in
not
the
much.
current blah 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 blah.
Anyway, think about that.
Maybe
SCTV.
What about
at
letter?
the-
What
at
about
the
Letterkenny?
time? I mean, well, no, because
Maybe.
we're working from
Yeah.
Your
30s
Bob has turned out worse than mine even. Your RW24.
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
a lot of bad tattoos.
Oh man, there's a lot of bad tattoos. My mustache.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Jake, that was the Jake Newborn big fight.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm not getting that tattoo.
by
It's
the by.
ugly as shit." And I'm like, "Okay."
Speaking of
Portland.
which,
From Portland. Hang on a second. Hang on.
you can have
I appreciate a Rainier.
and here's some Rainier.
Oh my God, a Rainier?
I already drank mine, so I'm gonna drink it. So now,
Do you have to go potty now?
well, it's a,
I mean, Michael's not used to going past a half hour. So.
yes.
Okay, well, how are we doing? We have censored time?
No,
keep the mic on?
Well, let's do this. Let's. I know we don't really have a script, and I think
We're coming up on an hour.
We covered some good stuff with Jeremy, but is there anything you want to, clue us in on? What's going on with Jeremy? Do you want to leave us with any words of wisdom? Do you want to watch Michael walk around and go to the bathroom with his thing on his deal again?
Well, I appreciate
you do it this time.
I
just went to
appreciate
go get a damn
what
drink.
you guys are doing here, and let me just say, I guess a couple things. I do podcasts too, and I'm trying to find my way in social media, and even trying to monetize.
He said doo-doo.
Trying to monetize how this all works, and so I actually.
Well, don't use us as a model. 'Cause,
No, what you have here is really good.
but we don't.
Well, it's fun.
But I do a motorcycle podcast, very very much the same, and I'm actually inspired by kind of what you do and the free for fun that you have, And also the administrative, like you have the ringing of the bell, and then you actually are focused. And you have a script.
Sort of. It's just a semi-agenda.
Three dudes hanging out drinking beer. It actually was a model for a podcast, but for 300 episodes, it can get dry. It can get very, who can't, it's like,
we
just
done
did
a
it for
couple
fun.
during COVID where we all sat at home and it was fun.
But isn't it more
Not gonna
fun
lie.
though when there's an interaction with a community that's actually talking back?
Yeah,
Right. So you
absolutely.
have to. So it's not just self gluttony. There has to be some kind of a script and things like that.
Well, like outline, I would say, because
Yes, an outline.
if you went back, because JK and another guy, he shall not be named, of the former management of Weekly Dose of Fat, we had 3,500 listeners listening to our show every week. It was scripted, right?
No, it was fully scripted. It was fully scripted, and we did a read through.
And if we didn't get the timing right, we'd have to do it again.
Yeah.
And then I was stuck editing.
This was a little
for like 8 hours.
insane right out of the gate.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay.
Guess what happens with editing on this show? None.
Well, the technology has
straight line.
advanced
We
as well.
don't edit at all.
Well, there's that, but I mean, just
Unless
like
somebody
for content
really had a
or
problem, but-
over talking or fucks and shits and blah
Yeah,
blah blah
and giggles.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, so what's your motorcycle podcast? Is this yours or?
Well, I do. It's a Flat Out Friday Mama Tried podcast. It's on YouTube and Spotify. Very much the same thing. But once you hit 1,000 followers, I'm sure you guys are at 1,000 followers on YouTube.
2,000 on the fat bike thing.
Okay, I think isn't that a threshold for monetary compensation?
We need more hours watched. We haven't, because I'll tell you what, most of those came from the heyday. I used to do all the trade shows, and we'd do 70 interviews in a 4-day period, and we'd get 50,000 people watching those. There's not that rabid consumption of fat bike stuff, so we're on a slow burn. So how often does this Mama Tried?
Just like ours is a little bit more loose. And that's what I'm inspired about what you guys. But I want to just stop for a second and then challenge, like I'm talking about monetary and then doing a podcast for the money of it versus how DIY and punk rock. I appreciate what's going on here, and that's the balance. Because if we're going to keep doing it, we all have families and time. Our time, we're at our financial income prime right now. We can't just waste it.
No, we should be getting hundreds of dollars an hour for this entertainment value.
Well, not hundreds of dollars, but it sure pays to buy the microphones and to,
Yeah, well, you're looking at, a lot of money in this place.
I more want to know what you did in punk rock.
Okay. Well, let me answer all these questions. I really appreciate it, and I'll wrap it up because I don't want to be
No, we
judged.
can go as long as you
But
want. More watch hours.
I got in the River West because of the punk rock community. There was a basement scene where you'd go to shows.
Love
Where
those
you
shows.
wanted to do in my basement.
You should have seen.
And I'm sure that
You and
Dwayne,
dentist dad.
Dead air.
you have a really good memory.
Dead air.
Dead air. By the way, was one of your bands with
bonus
Brad?
toast.
He's my neighbor.
Help me out.
Okay.
Elroy, bonus host, tall guy. I'm John of Total Mental Blank.
Well, while you figure that out, let me tell you what.
He's decompressing.
When we brought
you
two
guys want
guys,
to do
like a
punk rock
balloon
shows in
ball.
my basement at that house after everyone's getting tattoos?
Tattoos?
tattoos.
Corey Bauman and you wanted to have fucking punk rock shows in my basement.
Why not punk rock shows in your basement?
Because someone's going to
There were too many bikes.
There was a lot.
There were too many bikes.
There
in
were
the
too
band.
many bikes
Too
in
many
that
dicks on the
basement.
dance floor.
So two of our fat bike brethren from Iowa, Spinner and Chewy. Spinner, 4-time All-American wrestling college badass. Chewy, goalie coach. We talked about him before. They were here, and Jeff O'Gara, who the only time he came to Milwaukee, I think he ran away scared, but he's the wrestling coach at Luther College for the last 20 years. We went to a basement show on Pierce, maybe, or something.
Sure.
And it was probably 20 years ago, anyway. And those guys couldn't believe what was going on. They're like, "Can we actually start slam dancing?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, you can't, suplex them, but you can go in there and get aggro." And they're like, "Yeah, this was great."
Sounds about right.
Well, I think why that's important now that I'm 52.
Fuck, you're old.
Almost 53, coming up pretty soon, like in a month, I think.
Looking back at it, so this weekend actually, my son is graduating college, and I'm going to see his first punk rock show he organized up in his college town. I'm going to go check that out.
Where's that?
In Menominee. I guess
Yeah.
it's
Stout?
That's where he went to.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend that dumped me in Stout. That place has really bad.
I'm sorry.
It has bad vibes.
They have a great brewery there. Zymergy.
Zymergy.
They have like a metal scene there too.
Yeah.
Anyway, my other son is going to school for piano composition. Why I bring that up is because music was, I'm guessing, is an important influence on my family and the DIY ethos of that.
Us as well.
And then again, I've mentioned it all along. What you guys do here and what the Riverwest 24 is born out of what Flat Out Friday and the motorcycling and how I got into that, and then hockey organizing. I love organizing Stoke. You know, I love community, and we could be talking about hockey. We could be talking about motorcycles.
We haven't even talked about.
Well, we're
hockey
not talking about poutine yet.
How can we like efficiently get Stoke? And that's what I love, organizing a community. My little kid was into jiu-jitsu for a little while, and if he would have stayed into it longer, I would have organized jiu-jitsu.
Your
matches.
little kid who's 16.
Oh, you've been working with John Friedland, White Trash.
Yeah, get White Trash going with the Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
And then they'd be just wearing sandals all year long.
Because you're in,
no matter what.
I'm into it, and then I see like, man, this could be organized better if we highlighted these aspects of the community and the culture.
You're a conduit, dude.
Yeah, you're a constant thinker.
I guess I am a constant thinker.
Yeah, you are a constant thinker, dude. Ever since I've known you.
I was thinking about you, Jeremy, on my road trip.
Okay, thanks.
Well, no.
It's good to think that people are thinking about you, dude.
I stopped in Missoula, Montana, and there is this distillery, and they have a coffee shop in the morning called Mama Tried.
Oh, okay.
And the owner was like, "Oh yeah, my husband's family's from Milwaukee, and we wanted to get back in." And so there was that connective tissue.
Hilarious.
As I'm just kind of like, I need a cup of coffee and a piss, and it was like this killer distillery with like all this kick-ass motorcycle shit like Devil's Angels, and I mean they didn't have a Milwaukee. I snapped as many pictures as I could, looking not like a complete creep, but
yeah.
you know, like
were you in the women's bathroom or were you not in the women's bathroom?
I didn't. It was all gender. Oh, the gender is coming.
We're in the bathroom.
But no, I was. It was awesome.
I think that's a testament too that a conduit from Milwaukee or the River West neighborhood. It's a Milwaukee thing to have a community.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a book that I just ordered on Amazon. Bowling Alone. Have you heard of this movie? This book? No, about how America and the world.
I've heard of Dancing with Myself.
Has lost the bowling community. We've lost community, and we're searching for community. I think I had that idea 20, 30 years ago. That's what kept me going to church. It wasn't the religion or necessarily anything.
The community.
The peace be with you. To me was like the most important part of the service.
Interesting. Were you an altar boy?
I was an altar boy.
I was an altar boy.
Same here.
I was
untouched. Untouched.
I was an Alter Bridge, which by the way is a great band.
They were.
I was also an Alter
Touches
Boy.
were all around me. I went to Pius, man.
You went to Pius?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to grade school?
St. Mary's Hills
Holy
Corners.
Rosary.
We had like three.
You guys are Milwaukee guys.
We had three offenders that were liberated
you guys
to
are
Arizona.
Milwaukee guys. I didn't.
Yep.
I grew
Not
up in the Fox
excommunicated.
Valley, so I.
But you went to a Catholic school?
Oh fucking yeah, the whole lot.
You
All
went
the
to
way-
a public?
I went to Holy Rosary for
Kindergarten
1
to
year when I
12.
moved to Milwaukee before I started going to Shorewood. Because my parents were divorced and
No,
my dad lived
I
in Shorewood.
graduated from a college, from a Catholic high school. So yeah.
Well, I didn't really even make that connection. Maybe what's going on in the media has jarred my Catholicism roots.
Yeah.
But I do want to say too with Mama Tried.
Have you laid your
The
hands
guilt
on
never
anybody?
goes away. That's
No, the
why I
guilt.
have-
The guilt is intense.
Oh my
You're just
God.
never.
Oh, it's so baked
You're
in.
never good enough. You're never
it's
doing
baked
enough.
in.
It's
baked.
baked
It's
in.
really baked in.
Let me know when you want to borrow my 6-year-old, okay?
I mean, there are ways to crack it, apparently. But I mean, it's like,
Drugs help.
well, mute.
No, they don't. I've tried.
Well, marijuana, cha-cha-cha. That's not really a drug. It's an herb that they dry out and you smoke.
Yeah.
Real quick, I do want to say that I did not start Mama Tried. Mama Tried was started by Scott from Fuel. They were doing their thing, and I was like, man, I love this community. How can I get involved? I had never seen young people into motorcycles before. To me, only old, crusty white beards.
So did Mama Tried come out after Rocker Box, or
I think there was an evolution there.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to bring all these worlds together real quick in a memory. I don't think I've ever shared with anybody. I don't remember. I was in the backseat of a car.
This is the best part of the show.
I was in the car. I was drinking Dr. Pepper and whiskey in the backseat of a car, driving to a hockey tournament. A hockey tournament. It's an iced hockey tournament in Eagle River, Wisconsin. So they have like 50 rinks.
Yeah, seen it. It's badass.
And again, a great community, just like this. And Scott was sitting in the front seat, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to stop doing Rocker Box. I'm going to do a show where you got to pay to get in, and it'll be just an invite only. And I was like, that's so stupid. I remember saying that. Like, you're dumb.
Yeah,
Rocker Box is so great.
What did Dave Cook have to say about that?
Who's Dave Cook? Is that?
Oh, motorcycle builder that won. He won Sturgis, but from Milwaukee with the Honda.
Oh, okay.
It was a cocaine-fueled build.
Okay.
It was nice, though. But definitely.
Well,
anyway,
he started that, and we were friends, and he's like, hey, can you help me set up one day? Can you help me collect, I think it was tickets at the door. They were $5 tickets. And be here at 10. Or gates at 10, or doors open at 10, and I rolled in around 10:30. Remember, it was a stupid motorcycle show. Who cares? And I was like, holy shit, and the line was around the block. And they're like, dude, where were you? We need you. And I was collecting $5 as quick as I could. But I loved seeing the sexy. If it's one thing that's different about the motorcycle community, it's sexy. Male or female. Fat bike, not so sexy. This book, by the way, this book is sexy.
I don't know. The beach in the summer with
sexy.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of sexy.
You're right. Actually, you're right.
Beer belly.
All of this is sexy.
That's sexy.
I don't know what other word to use, but that just really
inspiring.
Grabs my lures.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not.
So Mama Tried was Scott, but you were helping out, and then how did Flat Out Friday come out of that?
So as a father, I was trying to get my son. I got him into karate, into hockey, and in soccer, and But I remember his first day of kindergarten, I got him a motorcycle, and he came home from school, and I had the motorcycle there, and it was just a deep. When you're the dad and you can give that to your child, that deep, you're always searching for. That's what Santa Claus is, right?
Yeah.
That deep stoke, and he had it in a motorcycle, and motorcycle was his thing till he was probably 18. Every waking day,
he kicked ass, dude.
Yeah, he was a very talented motorcycle racer. But and so it was a nuance of a small world of motorcycle racing. Again, another culture, flat track racing, which would be in a circle.
Oh, right on.
And I thought, how can I connect flat track to the Mama Tried show?
Right.
Let's rent the Mecca Arena. And I remember I called them. I called the old Mecca, and they tried to scare me. And they're like, it's $13,000 a day to rent the place. And I was like, $13,000? I think I can make that work.
I just need it for a day. I mean,
yeah, I think I can make that.
You said it like I needed it for like a convention or something.
And I remember, and they had the seats covered. They have the fake. And advanced ticket sales were not that good, and the event was happening. And I remember pulling the covers off of the seats to make more room.
Because there's that many more people.
Because there was that many more people coming. I remember going into the stands. I remember them. I have a memory of a guy pulling a case of Pabst, ripping it open so quick the Pabst had fallen out because they couldn't sell enough beer. They couldn't get it out of the box, quick enough. So the arena was like, when can we do this again? Really want to do this again. We'll even give you a discount on rent, and then once you succeed, then offers come your way.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
So that's how you get into it. Because the hardest part, and I'm sure you know this with your community that you're selling, and I even brought it up with the Gravel, Wisconsin, selling it to me is the most exhausting part. When you have to sell, I'm a manufacturer, what's this fat bike thing all about? And you got to sell it, and hopefully they bite, and then they deny you, and they deny you, and they deny you, and they deny you, and then you start to kind of give up hope.
Well, that's why the community thing, I think, is more. It's not about selling a product. It's about selling It's about joining something that's like you.
Yeah.
And I don't think that should be a really hard sell.
Stoke.
It's Stoke, right? It really shouldn't be. That's not a very hard thing to do. if people see it and they identify with that, they will join. They don't have to buy a bike. It's free. They don't have to. There's no barrier of entry except for signing up and participating in the community. There is no other barrier. So if you can get past the fact that you have to post once in a while and throw some pictures up there of what you're doing and engage with other people, then I think you're in pretty good, right?
But sometimes, we needed the arena to make this happen.
Yeah,
So you have to
Absolutely.
You have to kiss ass sometimes, and that can be exhausting. But I'm gonna share one final memory, and I don't think I've shared this with anybody. Again, I don't think I've ever said this, but when we were at the arena, and then they built the Fiserv, or no, they were at the arena, and somehow we had to go to the Bradley Center. You know why? You know what it was?
They were destroying the next door.
No, it was more deeper than that. It was deeper than that. Those, because you guys are all Milwaukee folks.
Yeah.
Remember the circus, right? Remember the Shriner Circus? It was every mid-February. Okay, that's right when we always wanted our event. So the reason why there was no Admiral Ice during the first Flat Out Friday is because the circus was in town, and they're like, hey, well, we need to take the ice out, and they put the Admirals on the road for 2 weeks, and we'll give you the next weekend so you can have the raw concrete. But then as soon as you're done, we're putting the ice back in. So that happened in about 2 years. Well, people stopped going to the circus. The circus is not a thing.
No,
right?
Yeah,
but that's not your fault.
Circus.
It died its own death without you helping.
Yes.
Without Ernest Borgnine. As soon as Ernie just,
that's the deep cut.
I love Ernie, baby.
I never would have remembered that name in a million years, but I know exactly who you mean. I can see his
What's
face.
his wife's name? Tanya?
I can see him.
Ernest Borgnine.
What's his wife's name, though?
And renting an arena is a hierarchy. So here's what happens in the industry, what makes it a little bit dirty. Judas Priest is going on tour, for example, and they'll pick dates all across the United States, and they get on the hierarchy or the waiting board, if you will. And so let's pretend they're first on the list to rent the arena, and I'm second. Judas Priest will sell me their slot. You know what I mean?
Really?
And it's a real dirty hierarchy. But here's what I'm getting to. The circus was the top priority at the arena. That's why the ice came out. So now they weren't there to take the ice out. So now next in line was the men's basketball team. Then there's roller derby, the hockey, and the wave, and then us.
Yep.
And there's no way we're going to get a Friday to take the ice out and put all those other teams on the road.
Wow.
Because the circus was doing that for us. So we had to go to the Bradley Center. Well, now they're tearing down the Bradley Center. So I was begging the Fiserv, please, please, please take a chance on us. Trying to put together one of those media books.
Take a chance on me.
Look at our beer sales. No one would respond. No one would respond. I ended up going to the Oshkosh Arena. You know, the Oshkosh built that new arena.
Yeah, I was born there.
Have you been there? Good people. Salt of the earth. Hey, what's the name of the great restaurant, the great Sock Hop, or where they have roller skates in Oshkosh and they serve you food? It's a little root beer stand. Ed's.
I'm not going to talk about this right now, okay?
Okay,
you're not doing everything possible to forget Oshkosh, okay?
Anyway, I was going to rent that arena, and at the last minute,
flashbacks.
the Fiserv called me, and the guy's name was Raj. He was the main promoter of the Fiserv, and he called me and he said, "Hey, I will do this event." And it was just an absolute out of the blue chance, and he said, "I live on Licorice Alley." And
nice.
And that was it.
Nice,
because he had known the River West 24.
Wow.
And he never
flexed it.
He never flexed it, right? Yeah,
But he just said it.
He's like, yeah, we're going to do this. You know, we shake hands.
Because I know you have cred.
Yes. So that's the relation to how I think it happened to what it is. Now, the Bradley Center is super expensive, and it is a capitalist entity for sure.
Let me see the Maccabee thing. That thing.
Maccabee.
Continue.
I'm not gonna.
Well, just before we continue, I gotta show this. I like to be outside. Mike Maccabee. By the way, Mike Maccabee's coming back for a show
The River West 24?
at Vegas during the River West 24. Just
He's a musician.
Yeah. He's okay. One of the greatest entertainers ever. I think he's a single guy. He's a single guy, but he's also a solo
Their
act.
small town can't afford to pay. Well, but doesn't want to afford to pay the exorbitant
for one
prices
street light.
for one street light. So he came up with.
Well, actually, the way he pays.
I like to pee outside to generate money.
No. That's his album. Let me tell you the whole story. He put a vending machine in to collect quarters to pay for the electricity for the street light in his little town. He's a solo performer. And he does like 3 straight hours. I go, why don't you take a break? He goes, well, I don't have a drummer. Says, when I take a break, everybody leaves. Why would I stop playing when I don't have to give a guy a rest? You should know how that works.
Again, this is another connection that I love what you guys are doing, because I don't know this music, but I know this music. Does that make sense?
You know Craig Pape?
Well, the fact that I don't
at Vegas.
I don't know Vegas as well as I should.
We don't go out.
Well, here's the deal. So Mike's playing in there, and Craig comes in and he goes, "What the fuck is this?" Because he's got a list of like 800 songs. He can play them all. So people I want to hear Glenn Campbell right now for some reason. So Craig goes, "Can you play me some Soundgarden song or something?" And yeah, I can do this or that. He goes, "I don't want either one of them. Can you do this one?" He goes, "Give me a minute." And then he plays it. And then Craig goes, "You're fucking great. You're welcome here anytime." Even though he had like poo-pooed him like 5 minutes before. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I was there for, who's the guy that plays the really loud reggae music? Max. Are you guys into that?
Oh, yeah.
Max Nolden Suckler?
Yeah.
Kingston Burial.
Kingston Burial. Yeah. That's
always a band. That's a good
always
bit. A jam, dude.
I like it.
Between that one and, what's the other? He's got another one that, down at Mothership. It was. There
was Chalice in the Palace.
Yes. There was that one. There's.
And I didn't know dub music before those things, but right. But I just loved to sit there and vibrate. You don't dance to it. You just
enjoy it.
You just let it wash you.
I only know dubstep because of my daughter being a violin player and loved Lindsey Sterling.
I don't think it's dubstep. Dubstep is a different than
dub. Yes. Too many. I want house. I want trance. I want this. I want that. Still, dubstep is cool though. I like it. Meow, 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 meow. Oh. Anyway.
Well, how are we doing here?
We are an hour and a half into this. I have to go potty.
We could go.
That's why I had to do it.
I know.
Yeah. Leave your microphone on.
Or leave it on. Or just be aware of it. No, it carries. You don't have to.
No, it'll make it all the way.
Yeah, it'll make it all the way. Just don't make a lot of noise.
Anyway, Jeremy.
Unless you're going to make a lot of noises.
Is this working for you? Is this entertaining?
Well, it entertains me. And here's my theory.
Are you not amused?
If it entertains me, it should entertain someone else.
Ta-da.
Well, should is the pinnacle word in that.
It will. Awesome having you on. I hope we didn't cut you off too many times and make you.
No, I love your energy here.
But to be fair, you should be here more often because I don't think we scratch the surface of what we can scratch.
What segment? Because what service could I provide? You give me a weather report or something. I'll come back and give you the.
Well, like quarterly, you could come in and give us 10 minutes of what's going on in Jeremy's world or something. I don't know.
We'll see what the people say about that. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much once again for being on the show, Jeremy Prach, the absent Tony and the JK.
Oh, what's coming up? So we can report back on it.
So you're going to
do we have to do Fat Tire Tour Milwaukee, Fat Tire Green Bay, Bayview Rollout, which is something that's really awesome coming up in May. We'll have another show before that.
Exactly. But I'm saying in between the two things.
Strummerfest at Garibaldi? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Sun Tour?
Come on, you.
Only in Chicago? You tell me. You're the one with the notes.
Break out my readers here. Yeah. You know what's coming up? 420, y'all. I mean, just in general.
It is coming up. That's when? That's a week from today.
Monday.
That's 420.
A week from today. Right after the 19th.
And also, before our next show is the actual River West 24 registration.
Goddamn Gallows are playing down at Cooperage with special guest
Jake
Orvis.
All the goddamn Gallows? All them Gallows fellas?
Well, I didn't know Orvis was not part of the Gallows.
He'll sit in, though.
Well, he's opening.
There you go.
So he's doing it. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
Wearing his steel-toe concrete working boots.
So it's a Sunday night show on that one. There's another one. M545 at Quarters.
Oh, love one.
On Saturday.
You guys are just doing River West shows?
No, not only.
Because what else opened? Why don't we announce, for better or for worse, today's for Milwaukee Day, 414 Milwaukee Day, and that new bar opened.
Oh, yes, it did.
The controversial.
Diaspora, or whatever the hell it's called.
Diaspora.
I don't know where the right emphasis goes.
I don't know the right emphasis. Yes,
the emphasis is somewhere in there, and I'm like
diaspora is what I would have thought. Diaspora.
I think that is.
How do you say diaspora?
I don't know.
Diaspora.
See, okay, this is great. This is like existential.
All I know is this place is very near to my house, not as close as yours.
And it better be just relax and chill.
You know, hookah / sports bar without
Tony, your
audio?
belly's in the video.
I dropped my magnet.
No, I mean, for better or worse. Okay, like right by Shawarma King, because that's all DoorDash and
Probably
Uber
sucked up
Eats
to a piece of
and
metal down there.
It becomes like a little whirligig of cars and humanity. And
Yeah,
it's kind
it
of
does
like
not
a
sound
pain in
good
the
to me.
ass. So that's what I hope not to anticipate.
Well, what I'm hoping
I'm trying to
on-
manifest against that.
We're gonna find
on
that
the
later.
new opening.
Yeah, we'll find that.
I'm maybe much more liberal on it. I like the energy of it. I like the energy.
I have no knowledge
because
of it.
let's go back
it's
to
better
the
than
West.
it being Vegas.
When it was a storage house with metal walls for a long time, and
but so many people want to go back to what it was.
A NOPA.
Yeah, exactly.
Or,
And then you get your Bob.
I
then you get your
get
Bob
it.
tender.
I'm way more worried about. Oh God, we shouldn't talk about this right now.
All right, then we won't.
I don't want to
All
bring
right,
this up.
moving
I don't
right.
want to.
Let's focus.
Yeah,
Let's be positive. Let's
right
be
along.
positive.
yeah.
Speaking of
We've
the-
been doing this a long time.
Speaking of the Muppets,
We'll come back.
right along.
We'll come back. We have a neighborhood report.
And good
Right.
things.
I think we should have a neighborhood report in like 4 months and just
Jerry?
be like, what happened?
To be fair, we've never had a guest that we've gone over
Way over an
by
hour.
twice.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
this is
So
crazy.
that-
This is good.
So that just means it was good.
Okay.
no mea culpas.
So, but we'll leave it here. I might split this into 2 shows. This is almost good enough to be 2 shows.
I mean,
If there's a logical spot,
we've known each other ancillarily for a long time. I really like talking with you. This is fun.
everyone likes
So,
talking to you.
wow, he's gonna win at Scrabble.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll need a
Thanks for having me.
librarian, okay?
You guys have a great energy here.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no, you brought it.
Thank you for being here, Jeremy. And we're out now.
We're gonna walk into a tornado. So when you think of us,
NTM.
think of us well.